Hello everyone. Today I'm going to discuss the traits of dramatic monologue in the poem Tithonus by Alfred Tennyson. The poem has been part of the syllabus of ISC 12, and from the point of view of a wonderful dramatic monologue, it's a good read. So the audience, the listeners, the viewers would include not only students of high school but also beyond that. Now, the term dramatic monologue is interesting. It was brought into vogue by Robert Browning, of the same age, Victorian age, and many other poets of the same time, contemporary poets like Tennyson, Arnold. They also used this platform of poetry. Now, let us see how this poem fulfills the criteria of a dramatic monologue. As the term suggests, dramatic monologue, it consists of a monologue. Okay, monologue means a single speaker. So the entire poem has been narrated by the speaker, sole speaker, Tithonus himself. It reveals his perspectives, his emotions, and his turmoils, mental turmoils that go on in his life. Second characteristic trait of a dramatic monologue, that is an implied audience. Now, while Tithonus is speaking, although there is no other speaker in the poem, yet we can understand the presence of a speaker who is listening to his complaints, his implorations, his urges. Okay, so that implied audience or implied listener is Eos, the lady love of Tithonus. We see as we go through the poem, there is a revelation of the character, introspection of Tithonus himself while he is speaking, while he is saying about so many things, while he is complaining about his loss of youth, his gradual decline of beauty, external beauty, and thereby he considers himself a misfit to be the lover of the refreshing dawn or Eos. So he, in a way, through his monologue, reveals his character. You understand? So this is another characteristic feature of a dramatic monologue. Next, dramatic monologue must have a narrative, a story to reveal. Now, this is based on the cursed immortality of Tithonus, how he had urged for immortality without realizing the fact that if he becomes immortal, it is not granted that he would also remain young forever. So he continuously grew old, and then his very life became a curse for him, while his beloved Dawn was in ever youth. She never lost her glory. Every day she refreshed herself and she maintained her beautiful perspective, and this results in the frustration of Tithonus. So we have a proper story, a narrative, which is revealed in the dramatic monologue. Okay. Next we have, which is related to character revelation, which I have discussed earlier, psychological portrait. Now, by revealing the character, or while the poet is revealing the character of Tithonus, there is also a psychological introspection of the character. We get to know his internal state, the constant turmoil that goes on, and his evolving realization of his circumstances. All right. So this is the psychological portrait that is seen in the poem. This is another important mark of dramatic monologue. The poem is written in blank verse, in unrhymed iambic pentameter, and the poet uses vivid imagery, visual, audiovisual, sometimes tactual, sometimes olfactory. So, very varied imagery we find here, and this enhances the emotional impact. Along with this, we have classical allusions, which actually, creates an overall impact of this marvelous character produced by the poet, created by the poet. We have several stanzas which are giving a particular form to the entire dramatic monologue, and also the breaking or the separating of paragraph is related to the change of mood of the character. So this is in brief the various dramatic monologue characteristic features that we find in Tithonus. We will talk about the poem more in our next video. Keep watching.